Hello everybody. For as long as anyone can remember, there's been a very rich tradition in my family, passed on from generation to generation to generation, and that is the tradition that nobody in the family has any talents whatsoever. Nobody can sing, nobody can dance. If you saw any of my videos, you realize nobody can act. So what I thought I would do here, I have a very small repertoire of sound effects that I can do. Each one of these sound effects, when taken individually, really doesn't amount to much. It wouldn't amount to nearly enough to call it a talent. And probably these are sound effects that most people can do. At least everybody, I'm sure, can do one or more of them. I'm talking about 4 sound effects here, which is pretty much the extent of my talents. Anyway, I thought I would go through these sound effects with you guys. You could listen to them and just be a judge. Do all 4 of these sound effects wrapped into a neat little ball, does that constitute a talent or not? You know, David Letterman used to do a bit on his show called Is This Anything? I don't know if you've seen it or not, but behind the curtain, a curtain opens, and some guy does something ranging from lame to pretty good. And Dave and Paul judge, is this anything? Yes or no? Please don't judge me by that criteria, because this isn't anything. This is a long, long way from being anything. If I was on that show and it came time for them to judge, is this anything? They wouldn't even give a yes or no. They would just say, my God, who let him through security? So anyhow, okay, I guess I've rambled on long enough. It's time to start with our sound effects here. I'll start with what I consider to be the weakest one first, and work my way up to the one that I feel probably the fewest people can do. The last one, the number 4 one, I've actually not heard anybody else do it but me, but I'm sure it's really simple, so I'm sure people must be able to. Okay, the first one is just, I kind of just pop my lips. Just, here goes. And, okay, that was it for the first one. Surely to goodness most people can do that one. I would think so. Anyhow, I shall just move quickly onto the second one, and I hope I do have 4 here, and they're kind of just leaving my brain all of a sudden. Okay, the second one is I can blow my fist. Now I know for sure I've heard other people blow their fist too. It's really hard to change pitch when you're blowing your fist. I shall attempt to do, well, I'll do a theme from a TV show, and I'm not going to tell you what it is. I'll let you guess. Just keep in mind that I can't really change the pitch on it, so this won't be all that good. At the very end of my video, I'll do another deal to the same theme song, and I can change the pitch much better on it, so I won't tell you what theme song it is to what TV show, but hopefully if you can guess from this, you're pretty good. Okay, here we go. Well, that was lame. I do it better sometimes than I do others. I might just have to forget the theme song deal on this one, but let me try again. I'm going to cut this crap out. Geez, that's pitiful. That's pretty easy, but changing it around is much more difficult. That was lame. Okay, that was lame beyond words. So I'll just do just a general sound with it. Okay, I may pass out. It's getting blurry. It's coming. Wow. Okay, that was sound effect number 2. I apologize for the theme song. Now, I have done the theme song much better in the past. I know a lot of TV shows that bring in the talking birds, and the talking birds cannot perform usually. They usually never talk. So, I guess I'm just sort of a talking bird. Okay, sound effect number 3. This is it's not my Donald Duck voice, it's more my Donald Duck squeak. I've always kind of admired people who could do the Donald Duck voice. I think that's, when they do the deal and it sounds just like Donald Duck talking. But anyway, I'll just go ahead and get into it. I'm running way too long here. Good gosh, I probably got spit on my face from that last one. Okay, so here goes. That's Donald Duck scared. And by the way, that comes strictly on my left side, between the teeth on the left side, well, between the jaw, actually kind of behind the teeth. I had never tried that one. That's kind of cool. Maybe that's the 5th sound. Anyhow, I can only do it on the left side. I can't really do it on the right side. It sounds totally lame on the right side. Actually, that kind of comes up through my nose and doesn't feel too good. But if anybody knows really how I can go from that to the voice, the Donald Duck actually talking, let me know. I think that must undoubtedly come from the vocal cords down here. I really don't know, but what I'm doing just strictly comes from over here. Okay, that was sound effect number 3. Moving on to sound effect number 4. Okay, sound effect number 4 is, okay, I can whistle. This is one I've really not heard anybody else do, but surely people can do this one. They must be able to. Okay, because it really isn't that hard. I can whistle and make it sound like I'm whistling through a fan. I'm sure most of you have probably whistled through a fan and it changes the tone of it or whatever. But I can whistle and make it sound like I'm whistling through a fan, and I'll do the TV thing, which, God, I know you couldn't tell it from the fist deal, because that was I can do it. I can almost do it through the fist deal. So at times, but just not today. Okay, here it goes. Whistling through a fan to a theme of a TV show. Linkazoid. Over and out. And one last thing, I forgot to say, if anyone else wants to post a video response to this where they display their talents, then that would be great. So everybody that wants to just post a video response, and we'll see what kind of talent everybody has. Okay, thank you. I almost forgot to mention that of course was the theme show from the 60s television program, the Addams Family. I'm sure, hopefully most of y'all got that anyway. And I might as well do just a little bit more of that same voice, because that same whistling deal, because it may not totally come through when I'm doing the song. But if I just do it, just making various noises, you might get a better idea of that sound effect. So here it is.